This is a lecture about two very different men brought together by a revolution. The two men are Johannes Brahms and Eduard Reményi. Both were world-class musicians, though their careers could not have been more different. Brahms spent the bulk of his career as a stay-at-home Vienna-based composer, while Reményi remained, until virtually his last breath, an itinerant violin virtuoso, a gypsy by nature and a virtuoso by profession, in the words of a friend, someone whose concert tours crisscrossed the planet and who had a stroke and died on stage during a performance at the Orpheum Theater in San Francisco in 1898. The revolution that brought them together took place in Hungary in 1848 and 1849. The story, the big story behind this lecture, is just how this revolution brought Brahms and Reményi together and the life-changing, career-making impact their meeting had on Johannes Brahms. Protagonist number one, Johannes Brahms, 17 years old, a native of Hamburg. Brahms's genius as a composer and pianist is presently recognized by one person on the planet, his teacher, a well-respected pedant named Eduard Marxen. Protagonist number two, Eduard Reményi, 22 years old, a political exile currently living among the large Hungarian expat community in Hamburg. He has developed a reputation as an intense and impassioned performer of both the traditional violin repertoire and so-called Hungarian gypsy music, a commercialized imitation of what we today understand to be genuine folk music. Brahms knew Reményi by reputation, but did not actually meet him until now, August of 1850, when he accompanies the violinist at a private concert at the home of a local merchant. Okay, Brahms continued to perform with Reményi, and through Reményi became involved with the Hungarian expatriate community. But most importantly, it was thanks to Reményi that Brahms heard and performed the songs and dances that together made up the alla Zingarese, the in the gypsy style repertoire. Johannes Brahms, 17 years old, an upright, Lutheran, North German native of Hamburg, was floored by the exotic, rhythmically exciting, passionate gypsy-style music he discovered through Reményi. It was like a 17-year-old dude from Lake Wobegon, Minnesota. I know it's not a real place, but work with me. Discovering the music of Tupac Shakur. Dig it. Life changer. So began a love affair with the Hungarian style that Brahms maintained to his dying day. As an example of Brahms's Hungarian style, we turn to the fourth movement of his piano quartet in G minor of 1861, completed when he was 28 years old. Brahms labeled this fourth movement Rondo alla Zingarese, Rondo in the gypsy style, and boy, is it ever. It consists of a series of gypsy-style dance tunes, all of Brahms's invention, that range in mood from the incredibly energized to the most droopingly mawkish. Of this movement, the Brahms scholar Malcolm MacDonald writes, quote, "The finale, Rondo alla Zingarese, belongs to a tradition of gypsy finales that goes back to Haydn. Yet its sheer animal vitality extends the tradition and is the most flamboyant and unbuttoned episode in Brahms's long love affair with the popular and exotic Hungarian idioms he had imbibed from Reményi," unquote. Imbibe from Reményi Brahms did, but only for a time. In early 1851, word got out that a warrant had been issued for Reményi's arrest. He put himself on a boat and made the first of what would be many trips to the United States, where he gigged in New York for about 6 months. The coast having cleared, he returned to Hamburg. Brahms and Reményi reunited, concertized together, and then decided to take their show on the road. Many years later, Brahms's friend and biographer, Max Kalbeck, ascribed the tour to, quote, "the coming of spring and wanderlust, unquote, which remains as good an explanation as any. Brahms wanted to get out of Hamburg and see the sights. Reményi wanted to make some contacts and visit his old pal from the Vienna Conservatory and fellow Jewish-Hungarian patriot violinist, Joseph Joachim.